Hey YouTube, this is Kevin Bowen of Bowen Small Engine, and today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the bow drill set that I have. I know up to this point I haven't made a video involving a bow drill fire. The reason being is basically, guys, I don't really like the bow drill. Okay, I consider it a last resort, okay, method to making fire. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't practice it. Okay, I don't want to give anyone the wrong impression out there. But still, it's not my favored method of fire making. I personally prefer flint and steel, a Bic lighter, or a ferrocerium rod. I know there's going to be a few of you guys that are immediately going to see the bearing block here, and you're going to say, well, Kevin, you're cheating. You know, this isn't natural by any means, and you would be completely correct. Okay, it's not primitive, but I'll be honest, guys, I use it to help aid me in making the ember. Because in truth, I have a lot of issues with this knee here, and it's very difficult for me to get down and up. So anything that I can do to make it easier for myself, I'm definitely going to take advantage of it. Do I need this? Absolutely not. Okay, I have plenty of them with just a little divot in them, okay, lying around here at the house. I have stones, antler, I have bone, I think I even have a piece of granite somewhere. But regardless, guys, that's why you're seeing this bearing block. And yes, I did make it. I will note that, guys. As you can see, this is a 6203 bearing with an insert that I basically just cut a hole out in this deer antler and applied it. Very simple to make, very easy. And yet, if you look them up on YouTube, or I'm sorry, eBay, they cost a fortune. Okay, these things can typically range anywhere between $26 to $47. It blew my mind. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you want to buy something like this, you're going to be paying for it. And to be honest, it's probably not even going to be this quality. But regardless, I wanted to show off, like I said, the bow drill set. Several of the spindles I have. I want to note to you guys that there are many different types of wood that you can use. Here locally, I prefer Sycamore, Cedar, and Tulip Popular. Now, I'm a big fan of Tulip Popular. As you can clearly see, this is what this nest is made out of, and I just got a regular bird's nest here, just basically for visual aid. There's no real purpose for it other than I just want to show you guys a comparison. Okay, this is a natural bird nest, and this of course is one that I made out of Tulip Poplar, Birch, and some Cedar. So, like I said, guys, this tinder bundle, or bird's nest if you will, is absolutely amazing. I mean, it really is. You can get a fire very easily with this. Very little effort whatsoever. So when I basically find some down tulip poplar and I can peel the bark off and process it, you can bet that I take advantage of the fact that I'm going to do that. Alright, and as you can clearly see, I have a complete container plumb full of that, and this stuff is absolutely amazing. I will note, guys, that if I had some Fatwood, I would actually mix it in with it, okay, especially in these windy conditions outside. I have found that if you add just a little bit of Fatwood shavings, that it can make the bundle last even longer, okay, or bird's nest if you will. But I don't have any presently that's actually on me here in the house. I do have some outside in my truck, but like I said, it's raining and it's windy, and I just really don't want to go out there and contend with the weather. So I wanted to also tell you guys that obviously you can see that I have some charred punk wood, and you've seen that in prior videos. I use quite a deal of punk wood in my videos. I prefer punk wood even over char cloth, which you can clearly see is right here. Now I know there'll be a lot of people say, you know, why char cloth is so much easier to deal with, and it is. In truth and honesty, you can get a spark on the char cloth, fairly quickly if you know what you're doing. But I personally prefer the charred punk wood, because once you get it lit, it's just a simple matter of laying that individual piece in a bird's nest like this, blowing into it, and you have a fire. Now when I'm doing the bow drill fire later, guys, I'm not going to use punk wood. Okay, all I'm going to do is basically take the ember that I make, if I'm lucky enough to make it, guys. Okay, I'll be honest, these boards have been made and put in the truck, oh, I would say for about a week now, and in truth and honesty, I have no clue as to how much moisture they may or may not have. As you can clearly see, I've made a few fires with them, but like I said, I have no clue as to whether or not I'm going to be successful today or not. So bear that in mind, guys. I'm not going to make the fire in this video. I'm actually going to make it in the next. So the reason you're seeing this pan here, guys, is that's what I'm actually going to throw the bird's nest into. Or bowl, should I say. Because in honesty, I don't want to burn my wife's rug. She would absolutely shit a brick. So I think I pretty well covered everything that I wanted to show you guys here. Obviously, I know that you guys are going to notice this. This is the very first fire steel that I ever made, or fire striker, if you will. And I've had it for, oh, I'm guessing 2 years now, going on 2 years now. I really like it. Don't get me wrong, I have better ones, but in all honesty, I really like this one. And of course, this is the ferrocerium rod that you've seen in other videos as well. I rarely use the ferrocerium rod. The reason being is I try to hone my other skills with flint and steel and even the bow drill, if you will. I consider the ferrocerium rod really cheating. It's much like a Bic. That being said, is it not going to be a part of my kit? No. I can promise you that I'm definitely going to have a ferrocerium rod in my kit. Just because I'm confident in flint and steel doesn't mean that I'm going to be arrogant enough to toss a ferrocerium rod aside. Nor a lighter, for that matter, a Bic lighter. But as I said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this video out, show you guys a few of the spindles before I do. And these are just Sycamore spindles. This is just one that I carved out. I prefer them slightly bigger than this. Basically thumb size. And you can see that I've worked this one over pretty well. And these are the fire boards, of course. I have no idea if they're showing up in the camera, but if not, you can get a good idea as to you know, the fire boards here. And every bit of this is made out of Sycamore, guys. And like I said, Tulip Popular works, Cedar works, but I personally prefer the Sycamore. Until the next video, YouTubers.